Hi, this is Carl Randall from Cargino2 Astronomy on Facebook, and I've had a lot of people ask me, how do I acquire such an image like this one of Jupiter? And this tutorial will attempt to show you how I do it. These settings may work for you. You have similar equipment, similar cameras. I have a Celestron Nexstar 127 SLT Max Pseudo telescope with an f11.8 and the Celestron NexImage 5 camera with iCap 2.3 software. What you do is, we'll explain the software first. This is the iCap software that comes with the NexImage 5 camera. This here is the PIPP software, the Planetary Imaging Preprocessor. This is a software that you would use to take a video down from 5,000 frames or 50,000 frames to 1200, something that Registax 6.1 can handle. Registax 6.1 tends to slow down when you get past about 1500 frames. And this is the Registax 6.1 software. This software is basically self-learn software. It's used by people that post videos to YouTube, or they post on the internet different settings that work for them. I have a guy on YouTube named wwegb who has a great set of videos on using Registax, losing the green color, how to acquire the image with the NexImage 5 camera, things like that. I highly recommend looking at his page. His name is wwegb on YouTube. Okay, so now we will show you how I acquired the video. But first, let's open iCap 2.3. Let's make sure the frames per second is set as high as it will go, 52.37. That will change when I start showing you how to use the settings. Now, in order to acquire the image, you need to start off at 2 binning. You need to move the resolution RGB 32 up as high as it will go to 1296 by 972. Up the exposure a little bit. Run the gain up a little bit. Center your object, and then start taking it down. Each time you take it down, you have to adjust your gain and you have to adjust your exposure. Make sure that the auto gain is not checked and the auto exposure is not checked. Now I've taken it down to 1024 by 768. I center it again and I drop it down to the lowest value, RGB 32 640 by 480. Once it's centered, I disable the binning. That gives you the largest image. You then move the feet per second back up to 52.37. Now in the device tab, you click on properties. You make sure that the white balance auto button is not checked. You make sure that the color enhancement is enabled, and the settings suggested by wwegb on YouTube that work great for me is the white balance red 108, white balance green 88, white balance blue 126. You would click update and OK. You check your feet per second to make sure it's still as high as it can go. You center the image, you focus your telescope, you check your exposure and gain to get the best clarity on your image, and you start recording your first video. Now, when you want to use the join mode in the PIPP software, you would make multiple videos. In the batch mode, you can go ahead and start processing your single video. Let's go into the PIPP software. Again, this is the Planetary Imaging Pre-Processing software. What you would do, you go in and check planetary. If you want to do just one video, you click batch mode. You want to do more than one video, you click join mode. You add your image files, and as you can see, I go to my Jupyter files. I have multiple videos in here. I believe there's about 17 of them. Notice I'm not using the smaller image of Jupyter that was done with a focal reducer because that may mess up the finished product. You click all the videos, like so, and you see they're added to PIPP. This is their finished image, which I never use. And then you would go into quality options. You make sure you enable the quality estimation, the reorder frames in quality order. Only keep the best quality frames, set that to 1200. Click do processing, click start processing. And as you can see, it's processing 17 videos, which is almost 50,000 frames. It will take it down to the 1200 best frames. Okay, since I've already done this, I'll cancel this and move on to the next step. You open Registax 6. You get the video that you did in PIPP, which would be this one right here. I call it Jupyter Joined. You open it. You use the default setting here. You click the lowest quality tab and you take that down to 0, which is another suggestion by wwegb of YouTube, which works fine for me. Then you see where it says go to frame here and it says 1. You have 1200 frames. It is also suggested that you go to the middle of the file. That way you account for rotation, you get the best image from front to back. And now you can select a frame, like it's on 600, I can go down to 599 as you can see. And you find one that's not jelly beaning or kidney beaning. And I'll stick with the 600 frame. You set your align points. Now what I do is I click on Jupyter just each side of the band so far, because I believe that is what Registax is looking for in its alignment process. And then you grab a couple of the lines on the poles and you click align. Once that is done, you go to the limit tab, make sure it's default settings, click limit, then you click stack. Once the image is stacked, you go into the wavelet process. Now this is the finished image so far. Now you have to enhance it with the wavelets. Now, as suggested by wwegb from YouTube, you turn off the last 5 sliders in Registax 6.1, which works for me. You take that slider in layer 1, move it all the way to the right. Then in the denoise tab, you click up 5 times. In the sharpen tab, I click up 6 times. Then you move over to the histogram tab over here. You take the left slider, move it right to the end of the dark area, click stretch. Then you go to the right side and move it about the same distance as you did the left slider. Click stretch again, close it out. You go to the gamma setting. You move into the middle of the line here. You'll see that circle. You can grab it and hold it and move it. As you can see, that kind of blows it out a little bit. You want it kind of, for Jupyter, an eggshell white is appropriate. Let's move that down just a little bit because we can always brighten it later. Then I click the RGB balance tab, hit auto balance, and I'll take the brightness down just a hair. You click do all, save the image, and you're done. Now these are the settings that work for me. Other settings may work for you. You have to tinker with the settings in Registax because again, there is no set book that explains how to use Registax. It's basically a user-friendly choice of settings. People on YouTube and people on the internet, we share information trying to give each one a better experience of how to use it. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helps you a lot, and I invite you to check out my Facebook page, Cargina 2 Astronomy on Facebook. I'll have links to that page as well as Registax 6.1, PIPP, and the Celestron iCap software. Thanks for watching.